If you're a returning viewer, you might be wondering what God and religion have to do with relationships. Simple. Relationships expose your beliefs faster than anything else. And if you've been watching our content for a while, you may have noticed we've been talking more about faith lately. That's intentional, because worldview shapes how we love, how we fight, and how we heal. When you and your partner operate from unconscious programming, you don't just argue about issues, you argue to defend beliefs you've never questioned. And that's how harm gets passed down across generations. But when you take the time to examine and understand what you believe and why, conflict becomes clarity instead of chaos. Let's dive in. An open letter to the women who call God Sky Daddy. There's a growing push encouraging Black women to leave Christianity behind. But what exactly is your goal? The Bible tells Christians to pursue love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control, and to love their neighbor. Many non-believers, including secular humanists and atheists, argue that those values didn't originate with Christianity and that we don't need God to live by them. Fair enough. But if both Christians and non-believers claim the same moral ideals, why the strong push to pull people away from biblical Christianity? We both want people to live by those values in this life. The difference is that Christians don't only evangelize for this life. We evangelize with eternity in view, including rebirth and salvation. You don't have to believe in heaven, but why actively dissuade others from believing in it? And for those who say they're not trying to convert anyone, the volume of debates, live streams, content, and books arguing Christianity is false suggest otherwise. You might say you're simply pushing back on harmful beliefs. So which harmful beliefs did Jesus and the apostles actually teach? I'd love to hear about them. Please include the Bible chapter, verse, and context of the chapter in the comments. If you prefer discussing privately, my DMs are open. You might say you're advocating separation of church and state, but many of the thinkers who helped shape that framework were themselves religious. You might say you're advocating for evidence-based thinking. Fair. But all people, religious or not, hold beliefs they can't prove with laboratory certainty. For example, do you believe your mother or father loves you? What is your scientific evidence for that? You may assume your parents love you because they feed you, protect you, and care for you. But those behaviors don't provide laboratory certainty about your parents' internal feelings about you. You simply interpret it as love. In the same way, some believers interpret life's provisions, air, water, sunlight, plants, and fruit, as expressions of divine love. Both the belief in parental love and divine love involve inference beyond empirical proof. Is the belief that when women abandon God, their outcomes improve? If yes, how, specifically? If humans were moral before religion and will remain moral after it disappears, what exactly improves when faith is removed from human life? If religion is blamed for inequality between men and women, what did male-female relationships actually look like in early human societies before formal religious systems emerged? And if those dynamics were not consistently egalitarian across cultures, what other forces besides religion might be shaping power, hierarchy, and gender roles? If every human being agreed heaven doesn't exist, what do you imagine happens next? Less killing, less stealing, less infidelity, fewer broken homes, less racism, less misogyny, more economic equality? What does a godless future actually look like? Paint the picture. If the claim is simply that humans can uphold moral values without God, then what is the deeper goal behind dismantling belief in God? What are you hoping replaces it? Mockery is easy. Following the evidence and showing real cause and effect is harder. If we're not creating a clear vision beyond critique, we're just adding to the noise. The reality is, some people have been harmed by the church, and some people have been harmed by science. Human institutions are imperfect because humans are imperfect. But if we truly love Black women the way we say we do, the conversation cannot end with ridicule, cherry-picked data, or confirmation bias. It has to move towards something harder, something that actually requires effort. A coherent vision of meaning, love, community, and our flourishing. So the most important question isn't whether belief in God should be challenged. It's, once you get most Black women on your side and faith in God dies, where will we go from there?